Okay, hello and welcome back. In this video, I want to talk about some hardware needs that you don't have. A lot of people get worked up. I've got this set up and the camera's over there and I got lights and all this stuff. I did not start with this. I didn't even start with video. I just sent like 4,000 of these by hand. My wife and I typed out 4,000 emails by hand, one at a time, doing exactly this process with no videos saying, hey, we do this and you could definitely use our services. And that was way less effective than this strategy. So anyway, what do you need? Do you need lights? No. Do you need a fancy camera? No. Do you need a webcam that's plugged into your USB that's separate from than your computer camera? No. If you have it, great, use it. If not, it really doesn't matter. And the reason why I say that is because, and this is also in a lot of our other videos, especially the strategy course and the strategic sacrifice or decision-making course, we talk a lot about this. The natural world in reality just works like a lottery machine. Okay. And the question is, what are your odds of winning and is it worth playing? And so if your odds of winning are 1 in 100, which is just always my base assumption, am I willing to try 100 times to make this happen? If the answer is no, I should probably make sure my numbers are right. But usually, right, if I'm going to consider the cost to build a tower, that's a biblical example. If I'm going to consider the cost, if I'm not willing to try it 100 times, it's probably not worth doing. That's my basic assessment. Well, now, in regard to average conversion rates or sales rates, with these Christian schools, it'll probably be somewhere, and this could be off. Let me know what you find in the comments. What are your, we could say, meeting booked rates, or what are your actual sales rates? Because we're giving commission for these too, right? I want to give you a 10% commission for every lead that actually signs up. Well, what is the sign up rate? My guess is it's probably 1 to 3%. Well, cool. That means you send 50 of these and we're going to be seeing income increases. Now, it could very well be higher than that. It's possible that it's 4 or 5%, or so, but my guess is somewhere in there. It could be higher. I don't know. But somewhere around there is probably what it is. And the more you send, the higher the likelihood, right? What do we say? One man plants, another waters, and God provides the growth. Where you're planting the seeds, when they start coming up a little bit, I'm going to water them, and God's going to decide which ones come in. All of that being said is, the more you plant, the more you're going to see fruit. And this is how it works anywhere, in ministry, in business, and whatever you want to do. The more times you take action, the more fruit you're going to see. And so don't worry about it being perfect, because it's just an odds game. If your odds are 1 out of 100, great. What is it? Having a $50 webcam separated from your camera is going to increase your odds of success by what? A 0.5%? Like, okay, cool. If you have it, that's great. But you're sending a bunch of videos anyway, you're going to be fine. And so the goal here is to take advantage of the statistical probability of success, not to get success with every video. Just assume at face value, and I don't know if this is the right number, I'm just making this up, but I assume on face value, and you should assume on face value, you're going to get 99 failures and 1 success, and then make your peace with whatever that is, and send 1,000 videos, not 1,000, send however many videos you want to send. Because when the numbers come in and you look at like what's an average marketing client is, we'll just call it somewhere around 2,000 a month. And then we do an affiliate of 10% on that. How many of those do you need to change your life? $200 a month coming in every month. How many of those do you need? Do you need $400 a month? Do you need 3? You need $600 a month? You need 5 and you're making an extra 1,000 a month. That's the way this works. And so the question is just, well, how many do I need to send to get through the 99 failures and get the 1 success? And of course, you're going to have to run your own numbers and figure out what that actually looks like for you. Maybe you're really good and you get 10 out of I don't think this is going to be real, but you never know. 10 out of 100 sign up and become clients. Well, you're crushing it. And then teach me how to do whatever you're doing. But, track your numbers, see where you're at, see if it continues to be worth it. In my case, when I started and I started sending these by hand with my wife in the evenings outside of my 2-day jobs. It was a 1 in 400. They'd book a call and 1 in 400 signed up. And I sent about 4,000 emails and we got our first 10 clients, and it's like they paid nothing like what I'm talking about, like a couple $100 a month. And, but that was worth it. And so anyway, all of that to say that you don't need any fancy software. You don't need to be the world's best speaker. We've had interns. This is kind of eliminating anxieties in regard to you and also your setup. You don't have to be the best speaker. We have had new interns come in and have no idea what they're talking about by my standards, right? Because I've been doing this for I don't know, a long time. And it's like, can I assess a website better than an intern who's been here 2 weeks? Yeah, totally. But can an intern who's been here 2 weeks assess a website better than anybody at any Christian school? Pretty much. And we had an intern over here named Josh, new to the program. I think he was 2 weeks in, and he starts sending these. The very first school that he sent one of these videos to came in as a $2,300 a month client. It's amazing. And they thought he was brilliant. They were like, oh my gosh, we've been looking for someone, and we've been looking around and trying to find someone who knows what they're talking about. I spent like 5 hours teaching him how to look at a website. And then he went and looked at some websites and sent some videos, and they were okay. Like, they weren't even amazing. And he's pulling in clients on that. So you can do it. It doesn't matter how well spoken you are. Just try to improve as you go, and you do the best you can. And you just put the seeds in the ground. If you start farming, you're going to stink at farming. Great. Get better at farming as you farm. There's no other way to do it. So all of that to say, you don't need to be the world's best speaker. You don't have to be the most brilliant marketer, and you don't have to have the coolest setup in the world to make this happen. You got it. So let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Nothing to be anxious about. What are our values at Clickmill? Massive action. This lines up with that. Make mistakes. You're going to make a whole bunch of mistakes, and I don't care, because what do you say? You send a video and they complain and they whine about, oh, I can't believe you stumble over your words. Like, I don't want to work with that person anyway. So good job. Thanks for ruling them out. I don't care. Like, we're fine. So make mistakes and then meet needs and solve problems. That's what you're doing on the website. You're going out, you're meeting the need. Here's where your problems are. Here's what you need to fix. You're giving them value for free. So there are more Christians in the world and more schools reaching kids. Great. And then what do? You get feedback on how you did watching your own videos. You send them anyway, but you get the feedback from yourself and maybe from me reviewing some of these and our team. And then you just do it again. And every time you get a little better, and you want to talk about how you become a good speaker, that's how. So you got it. Let me know if you have questions in the comments. God bless.